how does LLM actually think? Well, they don't. They are just very good at predicting the next word. LLMs or large language models are highly trained statistical models whose only job is to predict the next word and provide us an illusion of thinking. A very simple example could be seen in your keyboard. If you type a word in your keyboard and start pressing on the next recommendation, it would start forming a very basic sentence for you. Some other example could be GPT, Claude, and similar models. Now, these LLMs are trained using two main steps. The number one is pre-training. So in pre-training, a neural network is fed large amount of textual data set where you have to input a text data and the neural network has to predict the next word in a sentence. Initially, the network makes some random guesses. The accuracy of the predicted output is calculated. In simple words, you calculate the loss. And then using backpropagation, the loss is fed back to all the nodes of the neural network, adjusting their weights to reduce future error. And this process is repeatedly done for a huge amount of data set and huge amount of iteration to finally get a fine-tuned neural network with a very high accuracy of predicting the next probable word. The second step is reinforcement learning using human feedback. This step converts a very high efficient autocomplete model into a personalized chat assistant for humans. In this process, the outputs of the pre-trained LLM are labeled by real human beings, fine-tuning it to more human preferable answers. The first step towards LLMs were RNNs or recurrent neural networks. They were just normal static neural networks which has an input that returns an output. But then RNNs were introduced which provided a recurring loop to all this process. So it has an input that returns an output, and then for the next input, the previous output is attached. So this way, past outputs affect future inputs and the neural network starts building a memory of its own. But still, these RNNs were not very efficient in terms of memory and processing to create a model that is as good as current LLM. And still, it was very hard for researchers and computer scientists to figure out a way of creating these large language models. Until 2017, when a group of Google researchers published a famous paper that changed everything. OpenAI used this paper to create its next GPT model that was basically the first ChatGPT. And in just 3-4 years, the majority of the world is now relying on them. Now, why was this one research paper so path-breaking and so revolutionary? We'll see in the next episode. Till then, keep learning.